Hello, welcome to Vice Film. Today we will explain a musical fantasy film called Frozen. Warning, spoilers ahead, watch at your own risk. The storyline of the movie follows a princess who embarks on a quest with an iceman, his reindeer, and a snowman to track down her estranged sister, whose icy powers unintentionally plunge their kingdom into an endless winter. In the movie, there are two sisters, the strong Elsa and the kind-hearted Anna. The oldest Elsa has superpower but finds it difficult to either harness them or enjoy them, while Anna lacks powers but is funny and bubbly with energy. The first scene is in a wintry landscape. Ice harvesters are chanting about how ice is a strong force that is both beautiful and dangerous. They pull away after loading the ice blocks onto their sled. Alongside them, working ineffectively, is a young 8-year-old boy named Kristoff and his reindeer Sven. With a small child sled and a single cubic block of ice, they attempt to imitate the ice harvesters and follow them as the northern lights light up the night sky. The camera pans down on a stave castle on the shores of a Scandinavian fjord, surrounded by cliffs as the northern lights dance across the sky. Princess Elsa of Arendelle is fast asleep that night, with her 5-year-old sister Princess Anna tries to wake her up because she wants Elsa to play with her. The two sisters ran downstairs to the ballroom, fully awake, and began playing. They built a snowman named Olaf, who enjoys warm hugs. The girls have a great time playing with Olaf until Anna takes a leap that Elsa wasn't expecting, and the blast of power meant to create a pile of snow hits Anna in the head, knocking her out and turning several strands of her hair white. King Edgar and Queen Iden rush in, responding to Elsa's anguished cries. Edgar and his wife hurriedly load both girls on their horses and ride into the mountains at full speed to a troll colony run by Grandpappy. Their parents bring both sisters. An unconscious Anna can be healed by the Troll King, but he also changes her memories, making her forget Elsa's magic. In the next scene, Grandpappy cautions Elsa to develop self-control over her abilities. The king and queen keep the sisters apart and lock the castle gates out of fear for both of their daughters. Elsa cuts all of the communications with Anna in an effort to keep her sister safe, despite Anna's repeated requests to play with Elsa. Fast forward in their 20s, unfortunately, the king and queen get separated from their ship during a storm. 3 years later, Elsa turned 21. She is scheduled to be fitted as the ruler of Arendelle after turning 21. She continues to be concerned about losing control of her abilities and the effect that might have on the populace of her kingdom. She consents to reopen the castle gates to the general public and distinguished guests. The Duke of Wesselton and Prince Hans of the Southern Isles are one of them. Anna is finally out of the castle. When Anna steps out onto the streets, she collides with the visitor's handsome and charming horse and tumbles into a rowboat. In town for Elsa's coronation, the visitor apologizes and introduces himself as Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. Although Anna is initially infuriated by Hans' clumsiness, she appears smitten by him after getting a good look at him. When Anna hears the church bells, she bolts away. A few hours later, at the coronation reception, Anna and Hans take the stage together. They realize their attractions to one another right away and quickly sneak away to spend the evening together. The young couple spends the rest of the evening getting to know one another after the passionate dance. During their time together, Hans learns of Anna's desire for a special person in her life. When they were children, Anna's sister seemed to develop a dislike for Anna by abruptly cutting her off one day. The fact that Hans openly shares this only strengthens Anna's bond with him. Then, much to the princess's utter delight, Hans makes the promise that unlike Elsa, he will never exclude Anna. Instantly clicking, Anna and Hans are planning a wedding. Elsa opposes Anna's marriage to Hans after she becomes queen. Anna begs Elsa to explain why she has become so lonely over the years because she is hurt and puzzled. Due to the emotional strain of the situations, Elsa loses control of her abilities in front of everyone. Elsa must leave Arendelle after the Duke labels her a monster. Elsa flees to the snow-covered North Mountain, a nice castle for herself, and accepts her abilities. Unaware of it, Elsa unintentionally plunges Arendelle into a harsh winter through the use of her powers. Anna pursues her sister out of concern for her, hoping to bring her home and put an end to the winter. She gives Arendelle's leadership to Hans. She runs into an ice vendor named Kristoff and his amiable reindeer Sven. While attempting to find North Mountain, she persuades the two to accompany her to the mountain. With Sven behind the wheel, Anna and Kristoff set out into the night. As the conversation shifts to Elsa, Anna gives details about her quick engagement to Hans. Kristoff is so shocked by Anna's audacity to get engaged to someone she had just met that day that he questions her about Hans to see how little she actually knows about him. The sled is ambushed by a pack of wolves, cutting off their conversation. Anna proves to be helpful and is able to kill a few of the wolves on her own, despite Kristoff's initial reluctance to let her help him. When the two notice a gaping ravine, they experience a brief moment of panic. As they approach the cliff, Kristoff quickly throws Anna onto Sven's back and quickly cuts the harness of Sven with his knife. While Kristoff and Anna narrowly escape the chasm, Sven and Anna do so without incident. Kristoff's sled, however, crashes to the bottom of the ravine and explodes. After initially lamenting the loss of his sled he had just paid it off, Kristoff decides to assist Anna in continuing on out of concern for her safety after arguing with Sven. This argument entails Kristoff expressing his own opinion in his own voice before delivering Sven's counter-argument in a silly voice. Anna pledges to replace the sled. Early in the next morning, Anna and Kristoff enters a frosted-over glen. A sentient snowman named Olaf appeared to them. Olaf, who resembles a snowman that Elsa and Anna built as children, was also unintentionally produced by Elsa's abilities. Olaf offers to assist the tree in locating Elsa. Now, without the princess, Anna's horse travels back to Arendelle. The Duke's men, who have been given undercover orders to kill Queen Elsa, join Hans on his search for both Anna and Elsa. Anna makes it to Elsa's ice palace while still in the mountains. Elsa, who is horrified to hear what has happened to Arendelle, tells her sister that she is unable to reverse her magic. Elsa accidentally freezes Anna's heart when she loses control of her abilities due to the emotions of the situations. Meanwhile, in Elsa's ice castle, she builds Marshmallow, a huge snow monster, in an effort to isolate herself once again. Olaf, Sven, Kristoff, and Anna are rejected by the enormous snow monster. As soon as Kristoff realizes how badly hurt Anna is, he brings her to the troll, his adopted family, to get treatment. Grandpappy informs the group that Anna will freeze to death unless a genuine act of love breaks the curse. Hans and his men get to Elsa's palace in the mountains. Elsa is taken prisoner after they overthrow Marshmallow. They return her to Arendelle. While this is happening, Kristoff rushes through the snow to bring Anna back to Arendelle and Hans, the man she says she loves. Kristoff thinks a kiss from Hans will free Anna from her enchantment. Once in Arendelle, Hans reveals that he has been working on a plan to take over the kingdom and that he is not really in love with Anna. The princess is sequestered in a room where he leaves her to perish. The dignitaries are led to believe by Hans that Elsa murdered her sister, but not before they were wed, and he becomes king of Arendelle. As king, he issues the sentence of death for Elsa. Even though Elsa manages to escape her prison, her abilities still rage uncontrollably. In the next scene, Olaf manages to free Anna, despite almost melting in the process. To find Kristoff, the two venture outside into the snowstorm. The hope is that Olaf will be able to break the spell after telling Anna that Kristoff loves her. Elsa is challenged by Hans on the base Frozen Ice. When he informs Elsa that she killed Anna, Elsa loses it and abruptly calls an end to the storm. Anna notices Kristoff and Elsa on the bay as well. She observes Hans poised to stab Elsa to death. Anna leaps in the way of Hans' blade just as she freezes solid, having to decide between saving Elsa's life and keeping herself alive. On Anna's frozen hand, Hans' blade snaps. Elsa sobs and hugs her sister after seeing Anna turns into ice. When Anna's icy form starts to warm up and take on color and returns to normal, no one knows what to say. Saving Elsa was an act of genuine love, and Anna broke her own spell. Elsa then understands that only love can put an end to the winter. With this insight, she melts the ice and snow, bringing summer back to the kingdom. When Olaf is discovered, Elsa stops him from melting by producing a constant snowfall over his head, which allows him to endure the summertime heat. The Duke's trade connections with Arendelle are severed, and Hans is detained and banished from the kingdom. In order to make up for the lost sleigh, Anna gives it to Kristoff. The couple kisses for the first time. Elsa is reunited with Anna and makes a vow never to lock the castle gates once more. The end.